going to happen? Miss Yasmine.
We are talking about the topic. Should doctor find drugs against cancer?
Speak up, please.
Should doctor find drugs against cancer?
And what's your take on it? What do you think about it?
I think, well, we need to say that answering this question is not a set case of yes and no. Because cancer is an issue which is complex. It has so many factors which provoke it. Also, there are so many types of cancer. It depends on each person and its biological constitution. So each type of cancer is unique and comes with its own challenge. However, that does mean that individual cases of cancer can't be cured. Many cancers, in fact, already can be cured. So there are many therapies which exist to cure it. For example, biological therapy, also called immunotherapy, which consists to use drugs which don't go directly to cancer cells, but they work to promote the body's natural immune response against the cancer cells.
What do you think about what Mr. Christel said earlier?
I think that cancer.
Do you agree with what he said?
No, I'm not agree. I don't agree. Because cancer is not a bad habit problem. Cancer can be also provoked by genetic information.
Really?
I find that between the causes of cancer, cancer can be provoked by our gene which we inherit from our parents. Sometimes, not always, not often.
Can you prove that?
Please, sir.
Can you prove that? Can it be proven?
So, for now, scientists are searching about it. It is an hypothesis, if I can say that. It is not an affirmation.
It's not an affirmation.
It's,
But where did you get it from?
I get it on the internet, yes now.
Really?
Yes.
Can we have the name of the link?
What causes cancer?
Have you ever heard of cell respiration?
Please.
Cell respiration. You done?
So it is this. So I don't agree with Mr. Cristel because cancer is even someone where tobacco or smoking are not good things. But many of people drink alcohol, smoke tobacco, but they don't get cancer. So we can't say that cancer is provoked by bad habits. Even bad habits are between the cause which provoke cancer, but we can't say that cancer is provoked by bad habits.
You done?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Christel.
Okay, thanks. First, I will start with her point where she said that cancer, okay, is not a direct cause of bad habits. We can also have genetics defaults, no problem. I wanted to ask her to give an example, but you asked her to, if she can prove that. And she said she saw it, she found it on internet. That's great. You know, internet is, I would say, is not the only means of information, to get information, but is the most recommended. It means what? Everything is on internet, and everything can be true, and everything can be false on internet. If she had given a proof of, okay, this is an example of genetic cancer, this is an example, or this is the doctor who said that, okay, there is genetic cause of cancer, then I will accept the fact that cancer is genetic. She said is hypothetical.
Alright.
Something.
In other words, what he's saying is that you have to rely on primary sources, like you said, to support your point of view.
So, I think in a debate, we will not use hypothetical information to argue. Now, the other point is, I'm sorry if she doesn't agree with me, but people are having cancer today is not because they have good habits. Please, do you smoke? You don't smoke. Do you live with people who smoke?
Used to.
Used to. But now. So, the risk of you having lung cancer is really low because you don't have first this bad habit of smoking. Okay? And for the other reason is you don't live in a smoking environment as always. Okay? So, what you need to understand is people today, they prefer bad habits. I will not say they prefer, they like bad habits. They like this loop of bad habits. When we take the example of AIDS, I like this because when we are talking about cancer, she said it, cancer cannot be fought easily because we have different parameters. When you take a cancer, it varies from one individual to another. And even a lung cancer can be like a throat cancer in somebody else. So cancer cells are challenging cells and they obey to the natural law of survival. In a body, when you take a cancer cell, the cell doesn't have a mind. Okay? It's like in the nature, the crocodile needs to eat the fish. If the crocodile doesn't eat the fish, the crocodile will die. This is the simple law with the cancer. So, for fighting cancer, it will be difficult because these cells are adaptive. And anything that challenge their existence, they find a way to adapt to this cell. When we take immunotherapy, immunotherapy has been proven the best treatment because of what? Because it has less drawbacks. That's all. It has, sorry?
Says
I cannot give you the direct link. Anyway, when we take chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy is the one that has less how can I say it? Less drawbacks. Not says who, but because of the process. Immunotherapy uses the same cells of the body to fight cancer. But when we take chemotherapy, we change the blood of the person. Means we introduce another blood Even if it is compatible, we can use it. We don't really know what can be the drawbacks after. And she even said it. People ended up sicker than what they were. Now, I was using immunotherapy to say what? Time is not to count. People should find a drug, a remedy. But what is easier to do is to find alternatives. When we take hepatitis, hepatitis is a dreadful disease, talk less of cancer. Cancer is nothing compared to hepatitis.
Yeah, which type?
Hepatitis is a type of cancer. When we take hepatitis B, it attacks your liver. It's a type of cancer. Now, what do people do today? They resort to the fact that it is better to detect the disease at its primary stage. Then it is easier to fight. Because when the disease starts to develop, no other way is very difficult. That's why people fight for, people create early detection methods.
But there is vaccine against hepatitis B now.
Yes.
Cancer, there's no vaccine against cancer.
That's why I said hepatitis is a type of cancer, okay? But there is no, when we take, for example, I gave the example to emphasize what? To emphasize the fact that people should find alternatives. Okay, when we take AIDS, I'll come back on AIDS. We have many alternatives today. We have the use of condom. Because when somebody has AIDS, now people discover that the person will not tell you that, okay, I have AIDS. The person would rather want to infect you as well. So people encourage everybody to protect oneself. You know, originally we only had one type of protection, only protection for male. And people noticed that, okay, male don't protect themselves if they want to infect women. Now they create another alternative, female protection. The woman can protect herself, the man will not know, thinking that he's infecting the lady, but the lady is well protected. Now my point is, for how long people have been fighting to get a cure for cancer? If she can give me that answer, I will easily proceed. For how long?
As long as they live.
No, for how long they have been fighting? For how many years?
They have been fighting.
Yes.
When did that fight start? When did it begin? You're talking about the genesis.
Yes.
Genesis of the fight.
I feel that it has begun so long.
So long is not precise.
I can't know because it
Okay.
is before my.
I got your point. Before your birth.
Yes, before my birthday.
Okay. Cancer, people have been fighting for cancer since the very start of human beings' life. Cancer didn't just pop up in our world because, as I said, cancer obeys to the natural evolution of living cells. When you take only, how can I say this? Electronic devices are not cells. When you take a tree needs to live. So cancer is a living cell. So since the beginning of the world, cancer has been disturbing our daily habits.
But are you sure that without those drugs,
Which drug?
which we use against cancer.
Are there any drugs?
Yes, there are so many drugs.
But do
There are
they
so
cure
many
cancer?
drugs. I think.
You think?
Yes.
Example.
Because so many persons talk in the internet that
They are cured from cancer
Yes, they are
using
cured.
a drug.
yes, drug.
Which kind of drug? I think if there is a drug, we will not be having this discussion now.
There is drug, but it is specific for each cancer. That is the problem.
Okay, and we said primarily that when we take each type of cancer, it varies from one individual to
So another
another one. Okay.